It is very important to understand what you need to do before you start jumping in and writing code. Very few programmers can be successful without first doing a bit of code design and flowcharting to really get a handle on how to tackle programmatic challenges. It is always easier to start with an organized list of tasks and block diagrams before dealing with things within the syntax of the programming language. Take a look at this flowchart for a satellite control button on a touch panel. Depending on the type of button it is, it can serve one of two main purposes. It will either replicate a command from the handheld remote, or it can directly tune the receiver to one of my favorite channels as a preset. If I want to change the channel number stored in a preset, I can press and hold the preset button for 2 seconds to show an on-screen keypad. After I enter a new channel number, the SAT receiver will immediately tune to that channel so I can verify it's the right one. Without the flowchart, I could waste a lot of time writing and modifying code several times before I worked out the logical process of making this all happen. I could also write some code, realize that I needed to add a device or variable, and jump back and forth a few times before I got everything in there that I needed. Jumping around the various sections of code is an extremely inefficient way to program. If I draw it out like this, then I know I need to define a satellite receiver device and a touch panel device. I also know I need an array to store my channel preset numbers in. It's hard to forget something if you write it all down like this. If you keep a whiteboard and some markers handy, it's easy to write it out, analyze the process, make revisions, and then take to the task of writing your code, which we'll get to in the following tutorials. The output of your code design should include, as a minimum, a list of all needed devices, variables, constants, and event handlers.